Happy Monday, Vikings! This is Miss Hawkins, one of your social studies teachers. Since you have found this video, I know that you already know how to open Teams and how to go find your assignments tab. So let's talk about today's activity. Today, like it says in your assignment, now keep in mind mine looks a little bit different than yours because I'm a teacher view, you're a student view, you get the difference, right? I knew you did, you were a smart cookie. So today we are going to be doing our geography vocabulary, and today's vocabulary activity is called Marzano Squares. Our instructions: watch the video below, which you've already found the link to, then complete all 8 vocabulary Marzano Squares for the geography unit. Email Miss Hawkins or Miss Dodge with any questions. Spoilers, you have a quiz on these words tomorrow, which means I really hope you do the work today. So you have 2 resources down here. You've got the link, which you've already found, and the Word doc that says Marzano Squares Geography. What you're going to do is click that to open. Nice, easy, simple. There we go. It'll open in the what is this called? The opposite of the desktop app, whatever that is. The cloud app? We'll go with that. And then you'll find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 vocabulary terms, and then 8 Marzano squares. Ooh, ah, oh. Funny times. This is the second time I'm filming this video, and I forgot to erase this. So give me a second while I erase this stuff. Pretend like we don't see any of this. Magic! It's all gone. Oh no! Don't worry, we'll be putting it back. Oh golly. And then we move all the way back up to the top. So let's go over the vocabulary terms. The first one, agriculture. Agriculture. I'm going to say it one more time and then it's your turn. Agriculture. Okay, you ready? I say, you say. Agriculture. No, for realsies, I need you to say it out loud, please. Agriculture. Okay, one last time for realsies. Say it loud, say it excited. Pretend like you were stoked to be back in school. Are you ready? Agriculture. Thank you. I appreciate you. So, agriculture is the process of producing food by the farming of certain plants and the raising of livestock, which are domesticated animals. So, things like farming of corn and wheat and sugar is agriculture, and raising cows and goats and pigs and sheep. All of that is agriculture. So, essentially, how we get most of our food is through agriculture. Our next word, civilization. I'm going to say it a couple more times. Civilization. Civilization. Okay, I say, you say. Civilization. Come on, we did this before. You need to say it out loud. You practice by getting better. I say, you say. Civilization. Thank you. Civilization is the society, culture, and way of life of a particular area. So different areas obviously have different civilizations. Think about people in different countries. Think about people who speak different languages, have different music, different food. All of this is different parts of their culture, and therefore it is different civilizations. In 6th grade, we'll be talking about a lot of different ancient civilizations. Our next term, goods and services. Now I know this is 2 words, but they usually go together. So I say, you say, goods and services. Thank you. Goods and services are things that people want, plain and simple. So goods are physical objects like, say, shoes or purses or tables or cars. Anything that people want to buy are considered goods. And services are actions. So the cashier at the grocery store or the waiter at a restaurant. You remember restaurants? Or a teacher provides services. Okay? So the services are the actions, the goods are the physical objects. Next word, rural. I know. I have to say rural usually very, very slowly. Say it one more time, rural. Rural is an open area of land with low population. So those towns that have like 20 people in them, like Winnemucca and Dayton, Nevada, and Austin and Gabbs, towns that you drive through, not to, those are very rural. The opposite of rural is urban. Urban is a town or city with a high population area. So Reno, Sparks, New York City, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, San Francisco. It doesn't have to be some huge metropolitan city. Reno is 500,000 people. It's still considered urban. Waterways. Any body of water that can be used for transportation by people in boats. So rivers or lakes or oceans. If it gets a good, remember that's a thing that you want to buy, from one place to another over water using a boat, that's considered a waterway. Pandemic. I think we know this. A pandemic is an epidemic, meaning an outbreak of an infectious disease or virus that spreads across a large region or, the world. We know pandemic. And then slavery. When a person is treated as the property of another person, slaves are forced to work or else they will be punished by the law or their master. So we are going to be talking a lot about slavery and enslaved people this year. We're going to be talking a lot about waterways and civilizations, agriculture, goods and services. We're going to be talking a lot about all of this, which is why these are our first 8 vocabulary terms. It's really important that you know them. So I want you to pause the video right here, and I want you to read through all 8 vocabulary terms together. One more time. Not together, by yourself, one more time. Seriously, pause the video, read it to yourself. Welcome back. Thank you for pausing the video. Thank you for reading the vocabulary terms again. So now what you're going to do is you're going to fill out the Marzano squares. And oh my gosh, I'm zoomed too far in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my cursor. I'm going to go over here. See where it says 100%? I don't want it to be 100%. I want to zoom out. So if I zoom out, then I'll be able to see it. But if I zoom too far out, then I can't see anything, right? If I zoom too far in, then it's just ridiculous. Nobody needs to be that zoomed closely. So for this activity, I feel like 70% zoom is good enough. That way I can see all 4 boxes. But I'm going to give you a second, and I want you to decide, zoom in, zoom out, figure out what you like. I'll give you 10 seconds to play with it. Okay, so now that you have it set and figured out, what I want you to do is we're actually going to do one together, okay? I know that you saw behind the wall and you already know that we're going to do pandemic together, okay? So there are 2 ways that you can do this. The first way, you can, if you already have the definition memorized, first of all, you're amazing. Second of all, good for you. You can just type it. Now, I came up with a definition and I don't have it memorized. So I'm going to scroll back up to the definitions. I am going to highlight it. And to highlight, I'm going to click. See how my little circle turns blue? That means I'm clicking and holding. And I'm going to move it up to the beginning of the definition. Okay? We got all of it because it's all highlighted. Now let's pretend like I only got to there. It's not the end of the world. I can try it again. I'm going to click and hold, and drag all the way up. And then I'm going to let go. Now I'm going to right click and copy. Okay? So now that I've got it copied, I'm going to scroll down to Pandemic. I'm going to click again. So now you see that little gray blinky thing. Now my cursor is working. I'm going to right click and paste. Oh no! It says use shortcut keys. Your browser can't access the clipboard, so use these shortcuts. Copy is Control C and paste is Control V. Oof. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my left hand. Remember, left makes the L. Yes, we remember this? Okay. And with my pinky, I am going to hit Control. I'm going to hit it and hold. Control, and then while I'm still holding Control, I'm going to hit V on the keyboard. And see, what I pasted, or I'm sorry, what I copied immediately pastes. It helps if I put it in the right place though. There we go. Teacher's definition. And now my definition. So now I get to put this into my own words. So, a pandemic is, oh my gosh, I can't even remember what the actual definition is. Let's read it one more time. An epidemic, meaning an outbreak of an infectious disease or virus that spreads across a large region. So my definition is a disease or virus that spreads. Wait a minute. Can I use the same word, spreads and spreads? Sure. I just can't copy the entire definition twice. So a disease or virus that spreads across, I can't say a large region, but I could say a country or the world, right? Okay. Now use the sentence, used in a sentence from the internet. So now I go to my trusty Google. Like I said, the second time I'm filming this, it happens. And I'm going to type how to use pandemic in a sentence. Hit enter, and look at that. My first options are pandemic in a sentence. I have 2 sentences here, and if I click more items, it'll take me to a website that uses even more, right? You know what? I just want to be lazy. I am going to, again, highlight. Remember, I'm clicking and dragging. And then right-click, copy. Remember, you've got to click on the highlighted area. If I click off of the highlighted area, the option doesn't come up. So I've got to highlight the entire thing and click on the highlighted area to copy. And then I go back here, Control V to paste. Now that's really small. Do I have to change the font size? Nope. Hawkins and Dodge can see. They can zoom in if they need to. Doesn't matter how it looks, just matters if it has the information. And now we create our own sentence. So I'll say, in 2020, we are going through a pandemic of COVID-19. If we all wear our masks and wash our hands, we can help slow the spread. Now, I gotta be honest with you. The first time that I wrote this, it took me a minute to figure it out. But we're at 14 minutes right now, and my video only lasts 15. So this takes a while. You are not going to immediately have your own sentence pop into your head. It is okay if you take some time to think, okay? It is okay if you reread the definition, and you reread your definition, and you reread the sentence from the internet, okay? You got the time, you can do the work, and you need to do the work, because what's happening tomorrow? A quiz!